Hello there, we've got a clearance show.
Yes, we've got clearance. I've been so excited for this one.
Let's just enjoy that word a few more times. Clearance. Clearance.
Clearance.
Clearance.
Woohoo!
So everything on the show is clearance, but also everything.
Postage included.
Yes.
Absolutely no postage to pay on this show
That is
whatsoever.
so good. So anything that you buy on the show will be free postage.
Woohoo.
Now all you need to do is use that very special code.
Yeah, YGTV 52. You must enter that in when you place your order in order to get the free postage. Or if there's any other deals.
Sorry. We've been waiting for this show. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas day, by the way.
Yeah, it was glorious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no!
So I just hope, you didn't have any disasters at Christmas.
You didn't drop anything on the floor.
Shall I leap
Go
over?
on, leap over.
Do a leap over?
Careful.
Depends how much weight I've put on over Christmas. By the way, that Ygtv is hardy. There we go. Shame that could have made it on the Christmas bloopers. It's a bit late now, isn't it?
We've got our starter for next year. Christmas blooper for next year. You pass it to me. I'll put it in place.
It is an Ygtv. Handle this. Oh my! Have you just got? Did you see my backside there? No, good. You really don't want to see that at this time of year. Right, there you go, Bex.
I got it.
I'll just pull my jeans up. I'm going to go around the easy way now. There we go.
Oh, the poor agave. We've lost one of the leaves on it, but never mind. We'll ignore that.
So, right, it is clearance. Right, do you want to go that way, Bex?
I'm going this way.
Well, I'll go this way, carefully.
Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of bulbs over here. I've even got some down the back. I've got a couple of roses coming up, but we've got the Hoopoe narcissus, we've got Iris reticulata, we've got crocus bulbs, we've got tulip queen of the night, which I absolutely adore. I'm sure I planted these. And I've got the whole bag of the miniature tulips as well. We've got loads of deals here where you can double up and all sorts as well. What you got going on over there, Sean?
Hang on, double up, you can actually triple up, can't you?
Yeah. Well.
Triple up. Right, what I've got, I'm treading carefully. We have got the gorgeous Buddleia Butterfly Candy Collection. 3 wonderful Buddleias, different colours as well. So you've got like a crimson, you've got whites, you've got the traditional purple there, but these are a compact variety, only about 80 centimetres as well. We've got amazing deals on winter bedding, including Viola Sorbet, Pumpkin, Viola Pumpkin, and you got Pansy Matrix, all of them postage included as well. That's just a little teaser of what's coming up in our clearance show, and it's a 2-hour special. We better give the details for that poor Garvin. It took a bashing today. You poor thing.
Oh, it's beautiful though, isn't it?
It is. Now they are spiky, because I've got an Ygtv.
Yeah.
Handle with care.
Handle with care, yes, they do have some spikes on them, but what architecture and stunning beauty you can have in your garden. That's an amazing price.
Sorry, do you know, I forgot what the clearance price was.
Yeah.
$24.99. No postage, I'll be honest. These are going to be one of the most difficult plants to transport.
Yes.
Now, I've got an Ygtv in my garden. It has survived even the harshest of winters, but mine is not variegated. This variety is beautiful,
Wow,
isn't it?
you know how much we love variegation.
Yeah.
We are suckers for the variegation. That is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Look at how established this is. It's a big one in that 3-litre pot. It's a type of succulent as well.
It is.
The key to success with your agave is pretty much thrives on neglect.
I was just going to say that,
Which is pretty much the same with all succulents.
Unlike you, Bex, it likes to have a poor life.
Yeah, I'm very unlike me. What does my mum call it? She calls it champagne tastes but lemonade pockets.
Yes.
That's what I've got.
My dad always said to me when I was a child, he went, son, you're going to need a good job because you love to spend money. But they really, as you're right, they do thrive on neglect. I've never ever fed mine. I've never
Really?
No. I've never given it a treat.
Wow.
It is in the ground, to be fair.
Yes.
They do like a well-drained
Well-drained soil, because they don't like to be too wet, do they?
No.
They don't like too much wet at all.
There's a place I go to in Spain called Sitges, and there's a whole area of Ygtv, and they just grow in the wild, and they must go for months sometimes without being, without
rain
rain or with very, very small amounts of water. We do say winter hardy on these.
We do say winter hardy, down to sort of -5, -7. But as we say, they really don't like to get too wet. So, you know, in the rain, sometimes people will build a roof over the top of it, like a temporary little shelter. Great if you've got it in a pot, because then you can just move it, under a sheltered area.
Well, I would say if it's in a pot, just make sure it's a really well-drained pot that's got lots of drainage holes. You might even want to put some gravel in the bottom. But they are amazing. You don't often see them in the UK. They are spiky. So, I mean, I did once repot mine and we did have a bit of a fight. So do be very careful when you touch this. Just be careful when you take it out of the packaging. But we are clearing the stock. It's only £24.90 and that is amazing. I paid for mine years ago about £40 and mine is not as nice as this. And mine is still only about that size.
I love them. I would quite like one of these in my garden.
Do you know what you should do, Bex?
What?
Seeing as I've ruined this one anyway, there's a little baby down here.
There's a baby there.
Yeah,
and there's a baby coming out the other side
and they do
here.
produce little babies and you can easily take them off and grow them on.
Oh, maybe I might just pinch that little baby there.
Because we can't give
home.
you this one now because I've ruined it with that leaf.
I'll have that little baby right there.
Yeah, I think you should. Now, something a bit more traditional in the UK now. In our clearance, it's our bay tree. We're more used to seeing these in the UK, aren't we?
Oh, we love the bay tree. This is one of my favourite things, actually. And this one is, it's incredible. I love bay trees because they are evergreen, so they look like this all year round. But the beautiful thing about bay trees is the leaves can be used in cooking. And I use bay leaves all the time in my cooking.
You know that turkey
the smell, the flavour.
Desperate to get rid of now, Bex.
Oh yeah, that
turkey.
Making a turkey curry or something. Ooh.
Yeah. Would you put bay leaves in your turkey curry?
Do you know what? You could quite happily, actually. You can put bay leaves in most things.
Yeah.
Any soups and stews and lasagnas and chili, con carnes, all of those things. I use bay leaves all the time. And I love nothing more than walking out of my kitchen door, just round the corner, and that is where my bay tree bush is planted. And I go and I pick my own bay leaves and I put them in my cooking. I love doing that.
Now, they are in the clearance. They're big. And go online, see what you can get.
Look at that.
These are about, I would say, 60 to 80 centimetres. They're in a 20 centimetre pot. They will be delivered free. Everything on the show's got postage included. But go online and see what you can find those for.
Yeah, you won't find it for this price.
I don't think
Definitely not. I mean, first of all, you won't get it delivered free, which is what we're doing today. But you certainly won't get it for $14.99. I'm convinced of that.
Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm sure it does still apply. But if you are one of our many thousands of club members, tens of thousands, even though everything is clearance, you would still get your 10% off.
Yes.
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 You need to join our club. If you're not a member of our club, it costs you just £5 to join. But by doing that, you then get 10% off pretty much everything.
Yeah. So
there's some items that are 5%, like lawn mowers and things like that, but the majority of items that you can purchase from us, it's 10% off every single time.
And you can actually join the club with your first purchase. You can do it today. £5, as Beck said, for the year on auto renewal, or £10 just for one-off membership. Right,
get yourself a bay tree bush.
Left to right, Bex.
That way.
You're feeling this way, yeah?
I'm feeling that way. Let's do it.
Now we've got some amazing clearance prices on winter bedding. And we say clearance, they are clearance, but these are going to flower right the way through January, February, March, April, into May.
Yeah, you'll probably get them through into May as well. So that's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? And we've got a couple of offers here on the Pansy Matrix. So you can either go for 12 plug plants, or, which is $12.99 and no postage, or you can go for 6 of them, which is $9.99 and no postage.
Boo!
I know which one to go for. I mean, if you only want the 6, it's absolutely fine. You've got that option. But I would definitely be going for the 12. It's only an extra £3.
I didn't mean to boo. I'm still in pantomime mode. But I just think that the 12 is such better value, isn't it?
It really is. And look at these beautiful colours. Look at those little faces that you have on here. The wonderful thing with pansies are you do get those larger flowers, don't you? And you're going to get such a beautiful mix of the vibrant colours included in here.
I mean, the Matrix is just an absolute kaleidoscope of colour, isn't it?
I do, and I just love the faces. This is what makes me so happy about pansies. I love those little faces. Some of them look a bit angry, which I quite like. I do. Yeah. I quite like the stern-looking ones.
But some are really smiley, aren't they?
Some are really smiley, but even the stern-looking ones, it just makes me chuckle.
But they're great for winter pots, hanging baskets, beds and borders. Really healthy, ready to go in our clearance at just $12.99, and postage is included on absolutely everything on the show today. 403.73. Did you arrive in the mini greenhouses?
Yeah, these lovely little mini greenhouses. So, you know, the packaging, by the way, it's all fully recyclable. But what YouGarden have done over the years is they've really sort of honed how they package things and send them out to customers, so that the plants that you order do arrive in the best possible condition. They will need a little bit of attention once you receive them. Obviously, open up the greenhouse, show them a bit of light, give them a bit of love, maybe have a little chat with your plants, give them a little bit of water, but then they're ready for you to do whatever you need to do with them, plant them out.
Have a little chat, let them know how your Christmas has been, and maybe make some New Year's wishes, I don't know.
Yeah.
And resolutions. My resolution is to
Stop buying donuts.
Stop buying donuts and buy more plants. If that is possible, I don't know.
Don't stop buying donuts. I quite like our donut breakfast. It's nice.
We do have donuts every day here in the potting shed. It's a very bad habit. We should probably break it for... No,
let's keep going.
Now, our next clearance item are viola pumpkins. Well, we both adore these.
I like the colour block. This is what I really enjoy about the viola pumpkins. As much as I love the kaleidoscope of colour that you get with other bedding plants, I do really quite enjoy that colour blocking. And this is some of the orangest orange that you are going to get from your viola pumpkins.
Now, you are going to get 20 plants today for $12.98. If you want 10, you can go for 10.
Yeah, they can get just one of those if you want to. But we don't want to go for one of those.
10, what is it? 10 for $9.99, isn't it? Boo! No. Well, I'm not being funny. For another £3, you're doubling what you're getting, aren't you?
Yeah, I would definitely double them up, because they don't take over. You know, they grow nicely, 20, 30 centimetres. They'll spread, they'll fill out, but you'll definitely find space to put 20 plants out.
And I know we may get really bad weather in January and February and March, but you know what? These don't care. They are fully hardy down to what, at least minus 20.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
They really don't mind at all.
And even if you wake up one morning and they are properly frozen and solid with ice, they will bounce back.
Yeah, they do.
They do amazing
things.
They
really do. It's quite incredible how it happens.
And block colour, as we said, a gorgeous orange. 410171. Nice, beautiful size flowers. They are, of course, edible. We sometimes forget to say that flowers are edible. I think you've probably eaten enough over Christmas, don't you?
You never have. You always eat them.
What, the pansies?
Yeah. You're not going to nibble on one now?
I just feel I've eaten so much.
Yeah, no, don't do it.
I'll try. Do you know what? I will try one.
Of course you will.
Compared to what I have been eating.
can't resist
This is probably the healthiest thing I've had in a while, actually.
Yeah, I know. You've still got New Year to go yet. Still got all the fun of New Year.
I know.
5-course
meal.
Really?
We might have to extend the potting shed when we come back. Oh, that's nice, actually.
Is it?
It is,
They're quite peppery, aren't
they?
They're lovely.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to eat your violas.
No, I don't.
But you can if you want to. But they're really good for going in lots of different places. You can put them into your beds and borders. You can put them into pots. You can put them into the tops of hanging baskets. There's loads of things you can do with these. But I would definitely plant a bunch of them together, because that colour blocking with the orange is going to be stunning.
I'm absolutely bloated now. So full.
Oh, all full up. Don't need my tea tonight now.
Only joking, but yeah, they look amazing. And the deal today, 20, postage included on everything for £12.98. If you want to go for 10, it's $9.99, but I know you'll go for the best value today, and that is to double up. Now, we've also got, if you prefer more mixed colours, we have got the viola sorbet mix. Don't forget, violas, very similar to pansies, but obviously slightly smaller flowers, but generally speaking, more of them. And again, you can either go for 12 or 6 of these, but the value is in the 12 pack. Lots of lovely colours.
I love all the colours in here. They're so beautiful. I mean, you've got some of those bright orange, you've got some of the lovely purple and yellow mixes. Again, you've got all those gorgeous little faces that are included on here, but they're very, very outstanding in the array of colours that you get on these. It's all about that kind of winter and spring interest, isn't it? Because these are going to keep flowering for you all the way through till May time, and you are getting that mix of the single colours or the bi-colours or even the tri-colours included in there as well. Naturally compact, quite versatile in where you can plant them, and they do have a lovely delicate fragrance as well. You will want to deadhead a little bit to encourage those new blooms to come through. You don't have to be too careful about that. I literally just go and pick off any of the dead flowers, chuck them on the floor. They blow away, they're fine. But it will help to encourage more of those blooms to come through.
Do you know, I reckon reckon a lot of our gardening friends watching, you just can't wait to get back out in the garden. Sometimes Christmas is wonderful, but busy houses, lots of people. Sometimes it's just nice to have your own time in the garden.
Absolutely, that's what being in the garden is all about.
To
Love having a little bit of time.
Noise.
Yeah.
So you can plant these obviously as soon as you get them, providing you just need to make sure the ground is nice and unfrozen.
Yes.
And not too waterlogged. But I'll be putting mine in. I'm still going to plant a bit more winter bedding. I've got some pots I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Might even do another hanging basket, actually.
Oh, very good.
And they are, I say, all available today at a clearance price with postage included. Now, something very exciting right now in the buddleia world.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about buddleias before the show. I've got a buddleia, and we're sort of saying, it's okay, but it's massive.
Yeah.
And it's purple.
They can get quite leggy,
yeah,
I
mine's a bit
think.
leggy.
They can get quite straggly. I mean, they're wonderful. They are known as the butterfly bush, and the butterflies do like the bees love lavender. Butterflies love buddleia. You get so many of them.
But we think you will love this buddleia because you've got a collection of 3, and look, you get all 3 colours. Now, we very rarely see the white and the pink.
Absolutely. Buddleia, traditionally as being that purple one, but you're getting 3 of them included here. You're getting the purple, you're getting that lovely kind of vibrant pink colour, and you're getting the white included.
And Bex, these are not the ones that grow really big and straggly, are they?
Exactly, yeah. These are the more compact varieties. So we are only talking maybe about 80-90 centimetres, so about 3 feet height and spread here, which means that they're just beautifully compact and perfectly formed bushes.
And I would say far more suitable for most modern gardens.
I think so, yeah.
I think if you've got quite a big, sprawling, natural garden, a big buddleia can look fantastic. But for more modern gardens, we've got slightly less space. This new compact variety is going to be so wonderful. But they are hardy as anything, aren't they?
Yeah, really hardy. You don't have to worry about these at all. They have the winter hardy guarantee from us, so that is a lifetime guarantee. If they fail to thrive, you can contact our customer services department and they will replace it for you free of charge, just asking you to cover any postage costs to get that out to you. But to be honest, I find buddleias to be pretty bulletproof.
Yeah, they are.
They really don't. They don't need a lot of work, do they? Very low maintenance.
Yeah, if you manage to kill a buddleia, that's quite rare.
You're doing well, aren't you? You've killed a buddleia. I like the idea of planting all of these 3 sort of close together as well, so that they intermingle with each other. So you get the mixed colours.
I agree.
I think that'd be really nice.
But it's amazing that you've got such a compact variety. So only about 80 centimetres by 80 centimetres. They do grow fairly fast. So you look at the size of this, but that will be a really good plant in terms of size by the end of the year.
Yeah, they will fill out quite quickly.
Yeah.
Like you over Christmas. Sorry.
I knew that was coming.
I didn't mean it, honestly.
That's when we're dark colours. 511 286. Postage is included, don't forget, and they are in our clearance today. But let's remind you of the winter bedding, all in the clearance as well.
Yeah, so we've got the Viola Sorbet, so you can get a pack of 12 of those, 401505 for £12.99, postage included. Everything on the show today is postage included.
And then my personal favourite today is the Viola Pumpkin. You can either go for 10 or 20. The value is in the 20, definitely. I'm not moving, it's £3 more to double what you're getting. And that, again, will give you winter colour. So all the way through January, which is always a bit of a slog.
Dreary month. Dreary.
February. March.
It's starting to get exciting in March, isn't it? Ooh.
April. Ooh. Yeah. May. Yay! June. Yeah! but yeah, January, February, not that great. So if you want to go for this, they will brighten up your winter. They really will.
They will indeed. And then finally on the winter bedding table, we've got the Pansy Matrix Mix. Again, the value is going to be in the 12 plug plants because that is just £12.99 with no postage included.
And that is 403.73. Right, we quickly need to remind you of the bay tree. By the way, thank you to everyone for joining us on this clearance show today. We are rather excited. We have been looking forward because this is our first clearance show.
Yes.
Yes.
We keep asking for a clearance show, don't we?
Yes.
Been asking and asking.
But this is it. This
We've
is the
got
clearance
it.
show. So I'm a real bargain hunter when it comes to plants. Well, we both are, aren't we?
We totally are.
Yeah, I really am. And we both love working with YouGarden because we always get fantastic value, but the value today is exceptional. And you can place as many orders as you like, but you will get free delivery on everything on the show.
Yep.
We should say if you're buying other items on the website, there could well be postage on those, but everything on the show has got free delivery, including our wonderful bay tree bush.
Yeah, really nicely established bay tree bush as well. This is a big one. So please don't think this is a baby at all. It does come to you in that 20 centimetre pot. So this is very, very
really
well
good
established. It's
size.
a really big plant.
And postage
Very
wise,
useful.
I'm not being funny, but that will cost us a lot to deliver it.
Yeah.
Really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would normally be about $6.99.
Yeah, I'd
it'd
have
be in the
thought so.
$6.99 postage bracket. Absolutely no postage to pay today. Just make sure you enter our code YGTV52, and that will unlock any of our deals that we've got going on today.
That's really good value, and they are so about 60 to 80 centimetres. Go online, do research, but I think you'll struggle to get a price as good as that. Half price in our clearance, 680266. But we are also clearing out our bulbs this show, and we have got double up deals, and for the first time ever we have got triple up deals as well.
I love the triple deals.
And it isn't too late to plant bulbs. I honestly have planted bulbs in January, and I've done it twice and they have all come up.
Yeah.
They've all been great, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've done it as late as January. I've definitely done in December, and it's never been a problem, so
honestly, you can still plant bulbs, and they may flower a bit later, of course, but
doesn't matter, does it?
They should still
But
flower.
they'll naturalise as well. This is the beautiful thing. So even if they flower a little bit later this season, next season they'll be in the ground and they'll come up at the regular
They'll be more in
time.
their right rhythm, so to speak.
Yeah.
But we've got such great deals, it'd be a shame to miss out. So should we start with the
Hoopo.
Yes.
I like these. So yeah, you can get 30 bulbs or for £9.99, or you can double up and get 60 bulbs for £14.98. Totally classic, aren't they? Gorgeous. Love these. And you've got the bright orange sort of trumpet in the centre that contrasts beautifully with that bright yellow of the petals there. About 40 centimetres height we're talking about on these. About 30 centimetres on these ones. But they're very flamboyant, very bright. And also you get multiple blooms per stem with this one.
Do you know, it may be that you just didn't have time to plant bulbs when you should have, but you can still plant these now, and they should still flower, even though they may be a bit later. But as Beck said, if some of them don't, and they should do, but they will, of course, they follow you. But they should. I've planted many bulbs in January, and they've come from been amazing.
Yeah, and do you know what? They're so reliable that for years to come, these will come out of the ground for you. So I don't think you should worry about it at all. Just get these in your basket and get these planted out as soon as you can. And I love the fact that you're going to get multiple flowers per stem here as well, because unlike a lot of other narcissuses, where you only get one flower per stem, this one you should get maybe 3 or 4.
They're gorgeous, and you can double up as well.
I quite like that.
Now, we're going to move on to something that we both adore.
Yeah.
And these are the iris.
The reticulata, yeah.
Yes, and these are the miniature ones.
Mini. But this is a triple deal.
Oh, yes, it is.
I like this being a triple deal.
Oh, now it's the first time we've done this. $14.97 for 3 bags.
I know, so you can go for 1 for £9.99, is that right? Or you can go for 3 for £14.97. I know what I'm going to be doing.
It would be very rude not to. And because these are miniatures, you may think 105 sounds a lot, but actually, no.
No, not with these.
It's not.
No, because they are they're the small ones. So you do want to plant loads of these all together en masse, as we say. They only reach about 15 centimetres in height, so that, this is why you need probably 30 together, 30 of them all in one space together, or all 100 of them planted out. They're going to look absolutely beautiful. You get outstanding colour from these, and it's when you look close up on there, because you've got that beautiful blue, and then it looks like somebody's taken a paintbrush and painted those gorgeous shapes on there.
When you look at an iris, what do you see, Bex?
I see a sort of beardy bird.
Yeah, I do.
A beardy bird.
Yeah, I do. I see a little bird. I do.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But the painting, it's not a painting, it's natural. But the bits that are painted, that look like they're painted on, they are very reminiscent of an orchid, which I just adore. And I love the blue and the yellow and the white together. I think it works.
Now, as gardeners, we often share. So if that is too many for you, then give the bag to a friend.
Yeah.
But it isn't too late, definitely not too late to plant the irises. They're going to fly about April time, aren't they?
Yeah, about April. Well, normal flowering time for iris is probably March, April time.
Yeah.
So, probably about April these will pop up.
But honestly, grab them while you can. The deal is amazing. First time we've ever done triple up deals. So 35 bulbs for $9.99. For an extra £5, just under, you will get 105 of the Iris Reticulata blue miniatures there. Postage is included, don't forget, on everything on this clearance show. Now, we've also got some gorgeous crocus bulbs for you.
I love crocus.
Yeah, I do.
I do adore crocus.
And we have got lots of different varieties on this show. There's some big yellow ones, there's the species variety, but the ones in front of us are the large flowered mix. Bigger crocuses, these bigger flowers.
Yeah, bigger flowers, and this is another double deal. So you can go for one bag, which will be 30 of them, for £9.99, or you can double up and get 60 of these for £14.98, which is incredible.
And again, even though crocus bulbs are one of the earliest to flower, February into March, I again have planted these in January and they still have come up. They've actually come up quite quickly. I think they were just dying to get going. Do you know what I mean? Thankfully, at last I found a home.
I love the colour mix that you're getting with this one, because these are large, they're early flowering, they are suitable for planting into grass as well.
That's what you did with yours,
exactly what I've done with the crocus. Can't wait for those to come out. You get, like it's the mixture of the colours, the purples, the blues, the yellows, the whites. They all work really nicely together, and they will naturalise for you as well. So the displays will get bigger and better every year.
And do you know what I'm thinking as well? If some of you planted your bulbs a bit early, you may be disappointed because there was such a lot of rain around.
Yeah, I know.
That some bulbs may, I'm not saying they will have, but some bulbs may have rotted off if you plant them super early, and then we had a really wet October, November, and December actually. So actually, if you didn't get all your bulbs planted, it may have worked in your favour.
It might have done,
not to have planted them when it was so wet.
Yeah.
I'm sure most
it'll
of them
be fine. Be fine.
But those again,
be fine. I'm not thinking about it because I planted nearly 800 bulbs, so it's going to be fine.
But if you want to plant some more in our clearance, then you've got 2 lots there, 60 bulbs for £14.98. 600 087. No postage on anything today. We're going to move on to tulips now, and a very dramatic
I love this
We
one.
always want to sing the song on this one, don't we? Queen
I'm
of the
not going to do it
Night.
because I can't sing.
No, neither can I.
Queen of the Night.
No, it was Lady Gaga, wasn't it?
No, it was Whitney Houston.
Did Lady
Night.
Gaga do a cover of it?
Maybe, but it was Whitney.
It was Whitney, yeah, no, you're right.
I remember it from the film.
Of course it was.
With Kevin Costner.
Yeah, no, of course it was. Unless Lady Gaga did do a cover.
Maybe.
I can't imagine.
Sounds like something Lady Gaga would do.
Would she?
It's definitely Whitney. I just
it
remember.
was Whitney, of course
I remember
it was.
her in the silver.
I've had a lot of
wine this morning.
Not today. No. We celebrated over Christmas.
Of course. Oh, apparently Kelly Clarkson did a version.
Of course she did. Yeah. And Shauna Bex did their version.
I just did mine.
Yes. But anyway, let's just look at the tulip because they're gorgeous. And I think they're very dramatic, aren't they?
So dramatic. I adore the colour of these. I think these are quite classy.
I do.
I think these are really, really classy. And it's always been a very popular tulip for us, actually. So to have this in the clearance section, I think is brilliant. They contrast and work really beautifully with, loads of other flowers actually, because you've got the lovely dark colour here. Even if you had, could you imagine these with the white tulips?
I was just going to say with white.
Wowza. Yeah. Or even some of the pastel colours, because you've got that lovely contrast going on, so it'll work really harmoniously.
But I mean, having said that, they again look great on mass, don't they?
I love them. really
Ooh,
velvety
yeah.
colour to them. They're absolutely gorgeous. Reach about 45 centimetres in height. They are perennial. Don't forget, they'll come up for you year after year. They'll naturalise if you leave them in the ground. Totally hardy, working in pots, working in borders. But those are stunning. And again, you've got a great deal on the double up with these today.
Yeah, and it would make a great cut flower.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're buying quite a few bags of these.
Classic tulip shape to those as well. Proper cup shape on the tulip.
Absolutely gorgeous. All the planting instructions for bulbs, generally speaking, they're all in the packaging, so it'll tell you the depth and the spacing, things like that. Point your side up on your tulip, you probably know that, I'm sure you do. But we also an average, and it does depend, but the general rule is whatever size the bulb is, then plant it twice the depth.
Yeah.
So if the bulb's an inch, you plant it 2 inches deep.
That's right.
That's a general rule.
General rule. Yeah. I'm never too prescriptive. Yeah, I'm never too exact on those things.
And also, if it's not obvious which way a bulb should go, Bex came up with this suggestion. It's a good one. I sort of when tell the viewers.
Plant it on its side. Yeah. Bulbs will find a way.
When Bex first said that, I was like, I put my face. I was like,
it's true though.
But actually. Yeah.
It's true, because they find a way. Often I think you said this one once, if you plant them too deep, it'll sort of pull itself higher, or if you plant it too shallow, sometimes it'll just adjust itself. So it's very much the same. If you plant it on its side, it'll probably naturally move itself around, or it'll just grow like that.
Bulbs are pretty clever at finding their way.
Really are.
That's a general, and all the planting instructions are on there as well. Now we've always got for you, we love these as well. These are our miniatures. Now the value, in fact I'm going to go for these.
Yeah, go for it.
Look at this, 50 bulbs, 50. It's a big number, as we know.
Big
50,
number.
Big number. 50 miniature tulips for $9.99. Double up, so you get 100. $14.98 for 100, and the miniatures are just adorable, aren't they?
I like anything miniature. I don't know what it is. It must feel like feeling like a giant. I like the miniature flowers. They're so lovely. But also with tulips, particularly if you live in a more exposed area,
you're so right,
because it can be quite tricky, can't it? Tulips they're fairly sturdy, but sometimes if you are in an exposed area, they can blow over a little bit.
So need a bit of support. But these only go about 30 centimetres.
Yeah, only about 30 centimetres tall. So these are great for that purpose, or maybe you want them in window boxes or something that you wouldn't necessarily put the taller tulips in. This would be great to put there. So they're great for pots on patios or balconies. They'll naturalise again if you leave them in the ground, so you'll get even better displays next year and the year after. And again, fantastic to use as cut flowers as well.
And if you can't be bothered to go outside and get them in the ground, just put them in pots. If you haven't got time to get out in the garden and maybe the weather's not great, they'll grow really well in pots. You don't need huge pots. We've got loads of pots on our website.
Oh, there's so many of them.
Yes. Free postage on everything on the show today.
Absolutely everything. There is nothing that has postage included today. Sorry, there was nothing that has postage on top of it today.
No, I mean, obviously if you buy things on the website, there will be postage on the items of the website, but not on our show. Not on this show, Bex.
That's amazing how I said that without my lips moving, wasn't it? You went to get a drink.
That was a soft drink, by the way.
You must enter the code, by the way, in order to get any of the deals, the double up deals, the triple deals, the free postage. It's right there on your screen right now, YGTV52. Whenever you place your order, there's a little box on the side there. If you enter that code, it will unlock all of these amazing deals for you.
But can I say thank you to everyone that's watching, ordering. Tell your friends about this show as well.
Yeah.
If you've got friends coming round still over this festive period, tell them about the show, and we've got some great plans for 2024. Loads more clearance items to come on the show. And by the way, if you want to follow what we've been up to in our gardens, in our lives, we have got our social media, of course. My name, I can still remember it, Max.
Good.
Yes, it's been a heavy Christmas. Sean Ryan, presenter and plant man, which is on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. It's exactly the same, but obviously all joined up. Can you remember your social media details? Go on. It's been a heavy Christmas.
I am Rebecca Bex Edwards on Facebook and Bex Edwards My Garden on Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, come and have a look on there, because we always tell you about the shows.
We do.
Tell you about anything that's coming up, and we generally just like talking about gardening. So.
We do. And you get to see a bit what we're up to when we're not gardening as well.
Yeah.
Right, let's remind you, of some of the great clearance items that we have seen so far on this clearance show. You getting the idea? It's a clearance.
It's a clearance.
It really is. So these are the Pansy Matrix. I will be honest, I wouldn't go for the 6-pack. Well, you can do. But for another £3, you can get twice the amount. These are the gorgeous Pansy Matrix, fully winter hardy. So don't worry if there's snow on its way, if there's frost. Doesn't matter. These are fully winter hardy, and we'll give you colour all the way through into May time, maybe even longer, but definitely through to April and May. But I did mention it's far better to double up. So if you go for the 12-pack, only £12.99. So for an extra £3, you get twice the amount of plants, and that is 403.73. I'm sure most of you are doubling up today. Then we brought you the wonderful Viola sorbets. Again, the value is in the 12-pack. So slightly smaller flowers than the pansies, but generally speaking, you get more of them. And gorgeous little faces on these. They are wonderful for beds, borders, winter pots, hanging baskets, just a delight. And January, February can be a bit depressing for us gardeners, but these will give you so much joy through those dark winter months. 401505 for the Viola sorbet mix. They're my favourite. I love the drama in these. I say drama, the colour is just so intense, and these are called the Viola Pumpkin Garden Ready. So again, ready to go in pots, baskets, in the ground. The value is in the 20-pack. You can get 10 for £9.99, but for an extra £3, definitely go for the 20. These will not grow too big, so from nice clumps up to about 30 centimetres maximum, but they just liven up any dull area in your garden, giving you some much needed joy in the winter months. 410 171 in the clearance at £12.98. Now, I really like the Buddleia collection. It's called the Butterfly Candy. You actually get 3 different Buddleias in this. The gorgeous pink, and that is lovely, isn't it? It's like a crimson pink. Wow, and you very rarely see that when you think of Buddleias. You very rarely see the pink. You also get the white as well. Again, another rarer Buddleia. And by the way, these are compact varieties, so they should only grow around about 80 by 80 centimetres. So a lot more compact than regular varieties, and you get the classic mauvey purple there as well. So it is going to give you a wonderful selection of colour. And this variety, because it's compact, it's fine in a pot as well. So if you always wanted Buddleias in your garden, you're thinking, I just don't have the room, with this variety, you certainly will have. I love the idea of having all 3 grouped together and seeing those colours. Be amazing having those colours alongside each other. 51286 in our clearance today at just £21.97. Now, all the bulbs on the show are also in clearance, and it isn't too late to plant them. I have done it myself in January, and you can get away with it, you really can. So this is a double up deal on the nicest side. 30 for £9.99, or you can go for 60 for just £5 more. And the great thing about these is you can get several flowers all on the one stem. They are going to look so pretty. I love this particular variety. I've bought it many times as a cut flower, but you can have all of that joy in your garden. 600 103 is your item. Don't forget, you will need to put the code in to make the most of all of the deals that are available on this clearance show today. And today's code is YGTV52. Right, first time ever, we are doing triple deals. We have never done this before on YouGarden TV. And these really are wonderful as a triple deal. They are the Iris reticulata blue miniatures. So they'll only grow to around about 15 centimetres. These are proper miniature irises. But they really, en masse, they really do look quite spectacular. I'll be honest, you wouldn't want to plant them sparsely. They just wouldn't create enough of a dramatic show. But planted en masse, They do look absolutely amazing. That blue is gorgeous, isn't it? And if you want to go for 3 packs today, you can do that for £14.97. And they'll flower kind of April onwards. 600,151 for the Iris reticulata blue miniatures there. Also on the clearance show today, we have got the crocus. Now these are the large flowered mix, so bigger crocus flowers. Lovely classic colours, the orange, the white, the purple, of course. 30 bulbs for £9.99, or you can go for 2 lots at £14.98. And I know you may be thinking, oh, it's a bit late for crocus, but again, I have planted them in January and they have still done well. So do bear that in mind. And don't forget, they will naturalise. So if you don't get a full show this year, I'm sure you will, but if you don't, year on year, they will just get better and better and better. Now, if you do want to do a particular colour scheme, we have the yellow ones individually. So same deal, 30 of the yellow large flowered crocuses for £9.99, or you can double up and you'll get 60 for £14.98. And sometimes it is nice to have a bit of a colour scheme. Sometimes you want everything all mixed. Choice is yours, but if you want to go for all yellow, they are available at the same price. 600,084 is your item number. And then those gorgeous tulips, Queen of the Night, which we concluded, don't forget, was a song. Of course it was, by the one and only Whitney Houston. But as a tulip, absolutely amazing. And I think the title of these, Queen of the Night, the name, is really apt because there is something very regal about these, quite stately. They do stand out. I mean, you look at those, there is an elegance, a sophistication to them. There's a strength to them as well. And the perfect tulip shape. There's lots of varieties of tulips, some really fancy ones, but for me, this is a classic shape in a very, very unusual dark colour there. 600,003. You can either go for 20 bulbs for £9.99, or you can double up and go for 2 packs for £14.98. And then an amazing deal, a crazy deal actually, on our bay tree bush. These are big, so they'll be between 60 and 80 centimetres. They are half price in our clearance. Not only that, you are going to get postage included. Now, bay trees look good all year round. They don't have good months, bad months. They look good all year round. The leaves can, of course, be used in cooking. You can either use them fresh or you can dry them. And they smell delicious. They really smell wonderful, I should say, and taste delicious. But I think a bay tree adds class to any garden. It really is a beautiful, beautiful bush, this one. And only £14.99, 680-266. Don't forget, if you are one of our many, many discount club members, you'll still get your 10% discount, even though it's clearance.
I know.
We like that.
We love that. I'm a club member, you're a club member,
yes.
We're all club members.
And we are, both of us we are slight bargain hunters when it comes to plants. I think you have to be though.
No, you have to, definitely, because I mean, I could spend all of my wages on buying plants.
I know.
And I have to feed my kids, so, you know, yeah. I have to find some bargains out there, definitely. And
I've got a big garden. It's a third of an acre, which is big in today.
Yeah, and it's a new garden as well, isn't it? So, I mean, after 3 years, you're still trying to fill it.
I've still got lots of gaps. Yeah. So today's all about great clearance prices, some really great deals, free delivery, of course, as well. Now, you know, some things look great in the winter and others don't. Some people, absolutely, look great in the winter. I don't think most people look their best at this time of year. No. I'll feel the best. Christmas it's a lot of fun for many people.
A lot of fun, but
it's a lot.
We've got to work hard afterwards, haven't we?
So, the reason for this little story is this Acer. It doesn't look its best. No. It's not going to.
You need to have a little bit of imagination, but don't worry, we're here to provide the inspiration for you because Acer is, I mean, I'm Acer obsessed. If you watch us regularly, you know how much I adore Acers. I don't have this one, so I'm very excited about this one because look at how beautiful this is going to be, and it will reliably be that as well. The thing about Acers is they are so easy to look after.
Yeah.
They do reliably come back for you year after year, and what we are really interested about with Acers is the beautiful foliage that you get. And with this one, with the Jordan, what you're getting is one plant and 4 looks, because those gorgeous maple shaped leaves will have different colours for you. So they are a buttery yellow, they turn into a gorgeous bright lime, then they'll go this gorgeous golden orange colour, and then a red before they drop their leaves and look like this for the winter months. But then it'll bud up again and it will start all over again for you.
Now the thing is, and this is the absolute truth, if this was in leaf right now, let's move forward to April, May time next year, depending on the climate and what sort of spring we've had. But if we move forward and this is covered in leaves, we could charge such a premium price for it. Of course we could.
Yeah, well, Acers do come at a premium price because they're actually quite difficult to propagate.
Yeah.
They really are quite tricky to propagate. They're easy to look after, but to propagate they are quite troublesome.
They're not really fast growing either.
No, they're very slow growing.
So the price you're getting right now, just by being clever, you're buying it when it doesn't look its best, but it will do when it bursts into leaf. In spring, summertime, it will look amazing. And it does, if you look at it thinking, hang on, how do I know if that twig's alive? We know what you're thinking. Well, it does come with our lifetime guarantee, but you can always do the scratch test, can't you? Yeah,
which I'm just doing right here. So I'm scratching it with my nail, and as you can see, there's some beautiful green growth under there. It's perfectly alive. It's winter hardy. It has our lifetime guarantee.
And we should say you don't need to do the scratch test. That's just what we do here. But if it doesn't thrive, it's got a lifetime guarantee. All the winter hardy products do have a lifetime guarantee. So we're saying easy to look after. I would say cases, they like dapple shade, semi-shade.
Dappled shade, semi-shade, they're very happy. To be honest, I've had some of mine in a full sun position and they've been absolutely fine.
Wow.
Mine haven't minded. They are more mature ones, to be fair, so maybe it's to do with the maturity of them. But yeah, they don't really mind. The only thing they really don't like is strong winds.
Yes.
So you want a sheltered location. So even though mine's in a full sun spot, it's in the corner. So I've got the back wall of the house and I've got the conservatory, so it sort of sits in that corner and it's perfectly happy there.
I did once nearly kill an Acer because I was moving house and I had a particular Acer in a pot outside, and how stupid it was in a sheltered corner, and I was, when you're moving, you're all over the place, and I moved it into the middle of the lawn. It was a windy day.
Right, and left it there.
And I left it there all day as I was doing other things, and came back, and in that one day, it had taken a battering. It survived, but they hate wind. They
get sort of, so it's called leaf burn, which is what they get. So the leaves will all shrivel up and probably fall off. What I found, if that has happened before, they'll fall off, but it'll be fine. It'll come back the next season. It's okay. I think it's quite difficult to kill an Acer.
It is.
It is quite. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is quite difficult.
If my friend Vicky's watching,
don't get an Acer.
But sheltered position, I would say, out the wind and semi-shade. You say you've got away with sun.
I've got away with full sun.
But then YouGarden doesn't get full sun all day, does it?
Well, no, in the summer it comes round. It's in that corner by about 10 o'clock in the morning, and then it's round that way. So yeah, it's been fine. Recommended though is dappled shade, part sun.
Yeah.
But it very much depends on where you live, I suppose.
But they are easy to grow.
So easy to grow, and they're beautiful.
Oh, in sync to the outlay.
So lovely.
So welcome to our clearance show. That is in the clearance.
I'm having that one. Well, not that one. I'm going to buy it. But yeah, I love that. I don't have that one, and I think it's gorgeous.
They are a good size in 3 litre pot.
Yeah, it's a really good size.
When that bursts into leaf, it will get big.
Our RRP, that says $39.99, doesn't it? That is genuinely what you would pay for this.
And actually, we would be charging that when it's got leaves. We'd be charging that and a decent amount of postage as well. So it's really clever to buy it now. It's got lifetime guarantee, but it is in our clearance today. 510316.
I just realised I've got a jasmine growing out at the top of my head.
Looks nice. Looks nice, honestly.
It's like a little crown, isn't
it? Suits you.
I'd quite like to wear a crown like that all day. That'd be nice.
Would it really, though?
Yeah.
No, I think it'd get on your nerves.
I think I'd be happy.
Do you think?
Totally. Should we talk about it?
I hate anything. I hate hats on my head. Anything on my head.
No, I love that.
Do you?
I had one of those for my wedding. I had one of those. It wasn't a tiara.
What's it called?
I don't even know what you call it now. It's like a headband, I suppose.
Sounds nice. I wore a headband for a wedding. Yeah.
Oh, no.
A headband on the wedding day.
No, it's a beautiful headband. It was like,
what's the name
it was
of
gold and ornate and decorative.
What's the name?
It's a bit like a tiara, but you wear it here.
There is a name for it, isn't
there? They wore it in Lord of the Rings. The elves wear them in the Lord of the Rings.
I'm just making you stuff here.
I don't know what they're called.
No, I don't either. Stu will know.
A circlet?
That doesn't sound right.
Or a diadem. I like the diadem.
Yeah, that's...
I could wear it. Look, see, that looks pretty. Should we move on?
I think we've gone off on a tangent.
We have. We're getting
Let's
giddy.
get back on track.
We're getting giddy.
Trachyospermum.
Look at how much this wants to climb.
We've both got these, haven't we?
Yeah, I've got two. I've got two, actually. So I've got one that's growing in our tower pot. If you're wondering what those are, have a little search on the website because they are brilliant for climbing plants. Self-contained little pot with a tower on it so it can climb itself. And I've got another one. It's a little baby that I planted because I want it to grow up the fence and cover the fence. But the thing I love about Trachyospermum, about the star jasmine, is that it's evergreen.
Yeah.
And that's not, you don't get a lot of that with climbers, do you? A lot of climbers are deciduous.
I mean, I love clematis, but God, they look terrible in the winter, don't they? Because a lot of them, depending on obviously the species, but a lot of them you don't cut back till February, so they spend all winter looking straggly as anything. This, as Bex has just said, is evergreen even in the winter.
Yeah.
You are getting a particularly big one today. So
yeah,
it's approximately
a big
a metre tall and a 19 centimetre pot, and you got £10 off. And you are going to get postage included on everything on the show. So fully evergreen.
Yeah, and I like, actually, even though it's evergreen, you get this lovely colour changing thing that goes on with the foliage. So it goes from this lovely dark glossy or olive green colour, but you get these burgundies and reds happening on there as well. So it's just a bit of added interest. But what you also get on this throughout those summer months is these gorgeous, I love these flowers. They look like Catherine wheels.
Now mine flowered for a lot of the summer, did yours?
Well, no, mine sulked because I moved it, actually. It was planted in a bit of a shady border and then I planted it into the tower pot. So it did sulk a little bit. I didn't get loads of flowers this year, but now it's in the tower pot and it's settled. Next year I'm going to get a display just like you're seeing here. I know full well I will get all of those flowers on there because it is quite a reliable grower. It's a reliable flowerer. You will get loads and loads of those on there, and they smell delightful. I was just going to say,
yeah, the scent's gorgeous, isn't it?
Absolutely delightful scent you get from these.
Now mine's in a sunny spot, seems to love it there.
Sunny and sheltered is what it likes. Yeah. Again, not too windy a spot.
Mine's just right, it's actually in a corner, but it does get sun.
Yeah, as much sun as you can get on there, to be honest with you. It's a relatively slow grower, so unlike wisteria, that can completely take over. This one's going to take a little bit of time to climb, but it's well worth the wait. And if you've got an ugly area that needs covering, if you've got a fence that needs covering, or you've got an archway that you want to cover with this is definitely going to be something that will be there all year round.
And I'm thinking if you've got clematis, and as I said, you know how bad they look in the winter.
Yeah.
You could actually grow this amongst that clematis, couldn't you? And have the two
totally.
growing together.
Well, what I've done on one fence is I've got passion flower started at one side of the fence, and I've got the jasmine at the other side of the fence. So what I want to do is train them to sort of meet in the middle and intermingle with each other.
It's a fabulous climber. The fact that we've both got it, highly recommend it. It is down in our clearance today for $19.99. And sometimes you'll know if you're a little bit of a bargain hunter. When I first started to buy plants, I would be that typical naive customer, go to a garden centre, see something look wonderful and buy it. And actually...
We've all done it.
Yeah.
I've done it with acers all the time.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm a sucker for an acer, so I'll walk into there when it's in full, and you're like, yeah, £50.
But you're paying a premium.
Yeah.
And if you buy something in, full bloom, something like this in the sun in full bloom, you're actually buying it when it looks its best. But that doesn't make sense really, because you're paying all of that extra money. But also, you're not getting any of the joy of seeing it develop and grow.
It's the same with anything, isn't it? Buy things out of season because you get the best bargains. So now that Christmas is over, what am I going to go and buy? Christmas wrapping paper, so I can put it away for next year.
I do that.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Do you do
it's the
that,
same with your plants.
Yeah, I do. Because the annoying thing is nowadays, some things go down in price on Christmas Eve, don't they, online?
I know, and you've just bought it.
Yeah. Like, it's half price, it's only Christmas Eve. But we are doing a clearance today, and you will save an awful lot of money on today's show. We've also got for you some beautiful roses.
I like these. And potted roses, these ones.
Yeah, so they're not bare roots. Obviously, we have got bare roots available on our website.
Yeah.
But these are potted, and they all come with free postage as well. Bear in mind they are big, and you've got the weight there, obviously, with the big pot. Roses tend to come out because of the deep roots. You tend to get a bigger, deeper pot. And we've got two beauties, haven't we?
Yeah, so we're going to start off with our
This is
timeless
lovely.
cream in the 3-litre pot. We do have savings on these for you. So $16.99 to get this home, no postage included here. And what you're going to get on here are so many of these beautiful kind of
They're doubles, aren't
apricot. Yeah, they are. Apricot colours that you've got on there. There's sort of a little bit of pinky colour on there too. I love roses because it gives you a gorgeous kind of cottage garden feel. But the thing with roses is that you are going to enjoy them for so many years. You know, you're probably going to get decades out of your roses because they just keep going. And modern breeding means that a lot of roses now have incredible disease resistance and tolerance.
So much better than the old days.
So much better. I avoided growing roses for years because I just, they had a reputation of being quite tricky and difficult. But actually, that's not the case anymore. They are incredibly easy to look after and incredibly easy to grow.
And there's some great feeds that we've got on our website to really help them along as well. But they are, as you say, Bex, they are easy to grow. Yeah. They flower year after year. And what is interesting with climate change, you do sometimes get random roses even in November, December.
Well, yeah, I was
Not
looking...
as many, but you get a few random ones, don't you?
I was looking a couple of weeks ago, just before Christmas, and actually I've got an Arthur Bell rose out there, and there was a little bud on the Arthur Bell just a couple of weeks before Christmas.
Mad, isn't it?
It is, it's crazy. But you will, this is a hybrid tea rose, so what you do get on here, the hybrid tea is one flower per stem, but this is particularly valuable for like bouquets and things like that, and you can see from that colour as well, it'd be perfect.
So not only have you got £3 off, but also postage is included.
Yeah, I know.
So everything on the show has got free delivery.
I tell you what,
it's a clearance show.
Anybody that's got a January birthday, I think that would be a lovely gift for them.
Who do I know that's got a January birthday?
Oh, I don't know. Who do you know that's got a January birthday?
Who do I know? Oh yeah, you put.
Am I going to be that old?
Shh. Let's just keep it between us.
I nearly said it then.
Yeah. But you
I am. I'm going to be.
Well, maybe we've got your birthday present sorted.
Oh, there you go, done.
There you go. Easy. Great one for your 50th, Bex.
Honestly, though, because you can spend easily £25 or £30 on a beautiful bouquet of flowers, can't you?
Yeah.
Lovely bouquet of flowers. Easily, you'll spend that amount of money. But for £16.99, what you're giving somebody is a lifetime gift. Because that will probably outlive me.
Do you know, I used to love...
Without being morbid, but, they do last a long, long time.
I used to love cut flowers, but they're so expensive nowadays.
Yeah. And they last a week.
Yeah. And to me, I also think of the environmental issues as well. When flowers that are shipped from across the world to the UK, I know it can be lovely, but I think that's a far better idea to give
create my own cut flower display with that once it's grown a bit.
So
and
that's
every year have that.
Timeless cream, your timeless Bex.
Thank you.
Even though you got another big birthday coming, you are timeless.
Shh, it's not a big birthday, it's just
not,
a birthday.
It's not.
It's just a birthday.
There's no zero on there, I was only joking.
Not yet. A few more years.
There's a 4 in there. But it could be anywhere.
It could be at the beginning or the end.
It could. But this is our next rose, which is the Rose Eureka.
Love it.
This is divine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really pretty. Look at the colour.
Yeah, I like that.
Really
Wow.
gorgeous, kind of orangey, yellowy colours coming through on that one.
I haven't seen this on our shows before.
Do you know? Well, I've definitely done it at some point. I've definitely done it on a show.
We did earlier on, very early on when we first started.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember if it was from Ygtv or our previous world.
I remember it. I do remember because I was looking at the colour there.
It's gorgeous.
But anyway,
it's apricot colour,
we've
isn't
never
it?
done it on a clearance show, and it's clearance today. So down to $16.99 and postage included. Wow.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty.
Yeah.
I love the graduation of colour that you get on those blooms. It's a floribunda, so you get clusters of really, decent-sized, large flowers, and it will do that multiple times throughout the season. You get wave upon wave of these, right the way through from May, all the way through to, well, we normally say October, but as we know, this year we've had roses in November and even coming into December as well. So it very much depends on the weather. But normal blooming season, May through to October time, it can reach 4 feet in height, 3-4 feet spread as well. Very simple to look after, though. Honestly, pruning a rose is more easy than you might understand. I used to think it was difficult. It's so simple, and they're really quite robust, really quite hardy. You can be quite I was going to say vicious. That's not the word I'm looking for. Vicious with the pruning?
I think you can. You can be quite severe.
Severe, thank you. That's a better word. You can be quite severe with the pruning, and it's amazing how they just burst back into life again. And
I think the golden rule is just make sure your secateurs are really sharp.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave any jagged edges where disease can get in. But I'm with you. I've sometimes been really severe with the rose, cut it right back.
And it's so simple. I mean, when you prune those back, what you encourage is a more bushy growth to happen. So it is really good to do that with your roses, but totally winter hardy. Not something you need to worry about, but does have our lifetime guarantee.
And the clearance price is $16.99. Today, 521017. And we do offer, don't forget, on all of our winter hardy products, including the roses, our lifetime guarantee. We really do. So do bear that in mind. So if you ever buy a winter hardy plant that doesn't do what we say, let us know and we'll replace it free of charge. All you pay is the postage. Now we've got... Don't judge this.
Don't judge it. Do not judge this by the way it looks.
Because this is our bare root peony. And honestly, when you open up the bag, we've just been honest, they never look a lot.
They don't. I mean, it looks like a twig.
It does.
But that you can see in my hand is going to turn into that absolutely stunning beauty on there. It is absolutely incredible.
That's a gorgeous peony, isn't it?
But that's what it looks like when you get it home, when you get it out the bag. But look, can you see that bit there?
Yeah.
That's a bud. That is life. That is ready to burst into action for you.
This is going, I'll show you what I can do in 2024.
Yeah. Honestly, it's amazing.
You.
I adore peonies because they are just big and blousy and decadent and beautiful, and you can absolutely see why this has been called coral sunset, can't you? Because you have these, I mean, they're kind of colour changing as well. The flowers that you get on here, salmon pink, pastel orange, cream, and then you get this opulent pink going on there as well. They can be 8 inches in diameter once they grow and establish
really
as well.
Big, this one.
Yeah, really big. Now it is herbaceous, so it will die back down. Doesn't really leave anything behind, does it, over the winter period, and then it springs back into life for you. You will get blooms in the first year. You'll get a couple, but then the second year, you're going to get even more, probably into double figures. So be patient with it. But this is one of the benefits of planting from a bare root, because what you get is better plants, basically. You get more established plants. And peonies don't like being moved.
No, they don't.
So if you bought a potted peony and planted it, the chances are that it's going to sulk anyway because it hates that transition. There are certain plants that just don't like being moved, and peonies are one of them. So it's much better for you to take it right from the beginning of the journey.
I do remember my nan having a fabulous peony, and then she did move it, And you're right, it took a couple of years for it to...
Yeah, it sulks.
It took at least a year. It definitely missed flowering for a year, but it may have even been 2 years where it wasn't at its best. So a beautiful peony, one of the biggest joys of spring. Great time to plant it as a bare root. All the instructions come with it in terms of planting depth, etc. But honestly, that is going to give you so much joy and so much beauty in your garden for many years to come. And they are really big flowers, as Bex was saying.
Yeah, about 8 inches in
Yeah.
diameter. So that's probably about 8 inches. That's
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about that.
I've got big hands.
Yeah, Bex has, yes. Big hand.
I've got big man hands. Look,
Yeah.
got bigger hands than you, Sean.
No, no, come on. They're
are.
not bigger. Who's got the biggest hands? Mine are bigger than yours, Bex. Yours are slimmer.
They're slimmer. Actually,
you're
they're
right.
about the same size, aren't they?
But mine are thick. Oh, mine are like, look at that.
They're pretty big, though, aren't they, for a girl?
Mine are really old hands because they're always like gardening. Honestly, my hands look about 20 years
No,
older
don't
than
look
my
too
body.
close at my nails. They're not looking great.
But seriously, they are. Right, anyway, you need big hands to hold these bulbs.
Oh my
Oh,
word.
yes.
Look at these. Okay, so Tulip Red Riding Hood.
This is a really good deal, isn't it?
And I love the Red Riding Hood.
I
but
do.
Yeah, let's talk about the deal first of all, shall we? Because you get 20 bulbs, but, so $9.99. But we're doing a triple deal, not just a double deal.
Wow.
A triple deal where you can get 3 bags, that is 60 of these, for £14.97.
Wow.
Exactly. And then when you look at the variety that we're talking about here, because this is the Tulip Red Riding Hood. So these are the beautiful bright red flowers, and it is gorgeous solid red that you're getting on here. But what you've also got is the added interest of the foliage on here as well, because they've got this lovely striping, this purple striping that goes through it.
I bet those of you that have kept watching are so glad you did with this one.
Yeah, I bet.
Because also with tulips, because they're a bit later flowering, April, May, now is still a great time to plant them. To be fair, all the bulbs you can get away with, but particularly tulips. And I mentioned it earlier, but because we had a dreadfully wet autumn,
Yes.
tulips hate being wet for long periods.
Really don't like it.
Yeah, so you may, and I don't know if you have, but in some areas you may have lost tulips, particularly if you experience flooding and things like that.
Yeah.
So actually, you might well want to plant some more if you're a bit worried that some of yours may have rotted. No, one of my aunties said, "Oh, I planted my tulips way too early, and we've had all this rain." So still time to plant them, and at that price, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
I mean, I held off planting my tulips until into November because you don't want to plant them too early. But even still, it was a wet November and a wet December. So who knows? Hopefully, because I did plant a lot of tulips.
Let's hope we have a dry January. Well, hang on.
No, I don't want a dry January.
No, I don't want to do a dry January. I said I'm doing a slightly moist January.
Moist January.
Yes. Not a wet January.
Yeah.
Not a dry January,
No.
something in between.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cutting back a bit. I'm just hoping to get out in the garden a bit in January. We all are, aren't we? Anyway, those tulips, amazing value. First time we've done triple deals on the show. 3 for $14.98. Now, just a quick reminder, you do need to use that special. What are you doing down there, Bex?
I'm just playing with my bits of paper. Just playing with my bits of paper. Don't you worry.
Because we have got other secret items down here,
I
by
got
the way,
lots
as well.
of stuff going on down here.
There's all sorts down here.
I've got bulb baskets and bulb starters. I've got
There's loads
bird
down here as well.
feeders. I'm playing Uno.
Where was I? I forgot what I was saying now. What was I saying? Code.
Code.
Yes. Put 3 in your basket and use the code YGTV52. So you do need to put all 3 in for that triple up deal. Apply the code, then all the discounts will kick in.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I know some of you might be new to the show. Got some gladioli next, haven't we?
I like gladioli. Because they're nice and tall. That's what I love about gladioli.
They're great for the back of a border, aren't they?
Really, really good. I love how tall these get. I mean, these are going to reach about 60, 70 centimetres in height. And I really enjoy the way that gladioli flowers open, because they sort of open in succession, don't they?
Yeah.
Along the stem. They're really, really beautiful. This is, if you want that cottage garden feel, then you want gladioli in your garden, don't you?
They're really pretty, aren't
I
they?
love the colour. Really, really enjoy the colour of these, because it's just a splash of that bright kind of pink magenta colour that you're getting there. Please leave these in the ground. They will naturalise. They're not the tallest
No,
of the gladioli.
we're going to say these for gladioli are actually very moderate in terms of size.
Very moderate, yes, but that does mean that they don't need staking, which is great, because if you are buying the taller varieties of gladioli, then you do need to stake them. But these shouldn't need that at all. But they will still add height, they will still add drama, and these have that Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit as well. So these have been trialled, they've been tested, they have been awarded the Garden Merit Award to say that they are a proven performer in our UK gardens.
And did you say about 70 centimetres, Bex?
Yeah, about 60, 70 centimetres in height.
Mid-border, maybe back of the border, depending on how deep your border
Yeah.
is. But they are on offer £9.99, or you can double up and get 2 lots for just £14.98, 602 for
Lovely.
one. So just to remind everybody that's watching, P&P is included on every single item in the show today. It is a clearance show, so many of the items, once they're gone, they are gone. But it is our very first clearance show here on YouGarden TV, so we are rather excited.
Love a clearance.
We love a clearance.
It's the best time, isn't it?
And what is nice is, even if you placed an order, and then you've kept watching and you thought, oh no, I want that as well, and then I want that. It doesn't matter because it's free postage. So you can actually place as many orders as you want. I know sometimes with postage it works out better to wait till the end of the show, place one big order, but today you can place as many orders as you like. And please tell your friends and family about the show if they are into gardening or want to get into gardening. Then we are with you throughout January, by the way. We've got the same times, haven't we?
Yeah, Wednesday from 10 o'clock, Thursday from 10 o'clock, and Sunday from 10 o'clock as well.
And we've also got extra shows with QVC as well. So all the live streaming stays the same from our potting shed.
Yes.
But QVC will be our partners from January onwards. Our first show's on the 7th of January, in the morning, I believe, at 10 o'clock.
Lovely.
You've got shows a little bit later on in January, haven't you?
Mine's the 19th and 20th. That's a Friday and a Saturday when I'm doing a couple of them.
Yeah, so we'll keep you informed. You can check YouGarden's social media and our social media. We've got some really exciting stuff happening in 2024.
Yes.
But our top seller in 2023 and 2022, 21, 20, 19,
for many, many years.
And I've got a feeling it will be in 2024.
Yeah. Funny that.
I've got a definite feeling it will be.
You should put a bet on that. I think I don't think you'd get good odds.
No, I don't think. So this is our premium professional compost. Many of you regulars will know this. It's our top selling product. We've sold, it must be millions of litres. And it is still just $24.98. I was worried it might go back up in price, but it hasn't at the moment.
Not yet. Not yet.
No.
Hopefully it stays where it is. We don't know. We can't guarantee.
And postage is included as well. And you're going to get 2 50-litre bags. But if you've never bought our compost, well, where do we start, Bex?
Well, I really want you to try it because this is, it just turns you into an excellent gardener overnight, honestly, because it's got some of the best ingredients. Thousands of people who've reviewed this over the years that we've been bringing this to you. They can't be wrong. They've done their own tests. They've done thetheir own trials. And honestly, the reviews that we've received, sometimes it's essays, it's paragraphs. It's not just, great product. We actually get people writing loads of words on how good this is. And you don't do that if it's just an okay product, do you?
No.
You only do that if you really have experienced some excellent results from it.
And the average rating is 4.7 out of 5. And that's based on many, many reviews. So we would love you to add it to your order. So everything's got free postage today. And actually, you may well be planting lots of the bulbs that we've got in our clearance up into pots and things like that. So give them their best compost. But let's break it down for you because there's a very prescriptive formula in every single bag. Absolutely.
You will get the same quality every time you invest, and it is an investment.
It is.
Every time you invest in the premium professional compost, which we haven't just given it some fancy title. It's not clever marketing to make you think that it's better than it is. It genuinely is the compost that the nursery uses to pot on, to grow their plants. And they've been in business for a long time. They need to ensure that they continue to be in business. So they have to, this is one of the ways that they do ensure that success. It was never used to be available for us to be able to buy. It was genuinely a professional compost, but then our head gardener did make it available. And it's probably the best decision he ever made because it's been one of the best sellers.
He got to the point where he was thinking, well, this compost compost is so great.
So good.
And anything that's grown here at the nursery or potted on, is done in the compost. So it makes sense to share it with our very loyal customers.
Absolutely. So the ingredients, can you see all those little green balls
Yes.
as I'm running that compost through? You can see loads of them within that compost. Now that is a slow release fertilizer that's going to feed your plants, and it stays active for there's loads in there. For about 6 months basically. Slow release fertilizer being an amazing way of feeding your plants. They do need feeding, not just watering. They really do need feeding, and that will help them to get access to all those beautiful nutrients. You're still going to feed your plants, particularly heavily over the summer months with your water. Get your blooming fast and feed them, but this is a fantastic way of getting that food to them. The texture of the compost is amazing as well. Look how soft and light and airy it is, and what this helps to do is create these amazingly strong root structures, because there's room for roots to get in there, to breathe, to grow, and to form that strong root structure base.
And just putting our hands in the compost, it's so consistent.
So consistent.
You don't sort of get big chunks that are stuck together. No. That gives you an idea, by the way, of the difference that our premium professional compost can make compared to a standard compost. So the roots that are forming in our compost compared to that's standard compost, that's our compost. Look at the difference in that root system. And that strong root system is going to make such a difference to the plant, to its growth, to its shoots, to its flowers, if it's fruit, to the crops and the yields and things like that. So we've talked about the slow release fertilizer, the composted wood fibre, but we've also got a fantastic blend of different peats as well.
Yeah, there's 3 different types of peat. There's dark and white peat in here. That has been reduced over the years because we do have to keep up with environmental issues, and then it's been replaced with other vital ingredients. So we've got lime in here to balance out the pH, and that's what makes this a really good all-round compost. If you're starting to do your seeds, I'm going to do some seeds in January. I'm going to, maybe February, I don't know. I'm going to do my sweet peas. I'm going to plant some sweet peas.
Yeah.
It's fine enough for you to be able to plant seeds in. But then if you're planting at the other end of the spectrum and you've got big trees you're planting out, anything from seeds right the way through to trees, you can plant in here.
By the way, if you haven't seen it yet, on YouTube and on our website, YouGarden.com, there are a few extra shows to watch during the festive season, and there's an essential show which has got some amazing deals on garden essentials, including things like shuttle trays.
Oh yeah, I liked the one with that capillary matting. That was a good one.
There's a really good one. We get 3 trays with 18 pots in each, but they also come with a big tray, a watering tray, and capillary matting as well.
I think I'm going to get that.
Yeah, there's some great stuff on, it's called our Garden Essentials Show, and you'll find it on our website and on YouTube as well. So 100 litres of our premium compost, $24.98. Actually, that does remind me, if you're not a club member, maybe you've got a little bit of money now over Christmas, maybe you've received some money, it's been baxed into your account, and you're thinking, what can I treat myself to? Why don't you join our discount club today? I'll give you the details actually, because it's such good value. There's 2 different types of membership. The green one is auto renewal. So basically, it's a 12-month subscription, but it will automatically renew unless you stop it. You can stop it at the end of the 12 months. Just let us know if you don't want it and we can stop it. If not, it will automatically renew, and it will renew at just £5 a year, and that price will never go up. That is amazing. So that price will never ever go up. Or if you don't want to go for that, there's a 1-year membership, £10, but that is for 12 months, okay? So that is just for 12 months. Now, what are the benefits? Well, you will get 10% off every plant and accessory order. That includes compost, so you'd instantly save the best part of £2.50 today on the compost alone. And even though all the plants are clearance today, all the bulbs, the plants are in our clearance, you will still get 10% off those as well. 5% off every outdoor living and gifts order, and this is great. You actually get £20 of YouGarden vouchers that you can use throughout the year, and exclusive offers, competitions, and expert advice. So honestly, it's a brilliant club, and I know over the next 12 months it could potentially save you an absolute fortune. But I turn my back for a second and a Wonderwall appears. tell you what, we've never used these ourselves, but when we watched a video a couple of weeks ago, and when we saw these and what they could do and how they could transform walls and spaces.
I love the idea of this. It could be a fence, it could be a wall, it could be all sorts of things. But before we tell you about it, why don't we have a little look at this clip of film so you can see what it can do.
Create your own garden masterpieces with Wonderwall, the amazing new self-watering vertical planter. With Wonderwall vertical planters, it's so easy to bring an outdoor or indoor space to life. From a window box, balconies, the side of your house, a garage wall, even an inside wall, it's so versatile and can transform all kinds of spaces. Design your own stunning floral displays or transform a wall with ferns, grasses and alpines. Have your own vertical edible garden. Create your own environment. And it's so easy to install. Simply attach the wooden battens to your wall and then your display is ready to be created. Just screw in the Wonderwall planters into the battens and they easily interlock with each other and build up into an amazing wall space. It's so easy to create, even children can do it. The Wonderwall vertical garden planter has 3 plant holding pockets. It easily interlocks and stacks to turn a dull wall into an eye-catching display. And another great feature, it's self-watering. The water just cascades down. Enjoy beautiful plant arrangements all year round and swap your summer arrangements for winter ones. Grow herbs, vegetables and fruit. Internal arrangements can even help improve air quality by up to 20%. Wonderwall planters is the easiest, stackable, interlocking, eco-friendly self-watering system on the market, and they come with a 5-year guarantee. Used by award-winning gardening expert Rick McKeever. Create an instant impact the easy way with Wonderwall vertical planters.
Jim, we were just chatting about this. We'd both love one, wouldn't we?
I really quite like the idea of this.
I do.
I mean, you don't even need to create an entire wall like that. Obviously, you can if you want to, but even just a few of these, like on a fence or something,
would be really sections,
beautiful. I like it.
When me and my other half, we built a house from scratch, which I do like a grand design thing. It was a nightmare. But anyway.
It's a whole other programme.
If you ever watch those kind of shows, there's always those moments I like, why did we do it? But I did fancy one of these inside, actually.
I've always loved those living walls.
Yeah,
I think they're really beautiful.
I remember seeing them, I can't remember which airport, I think it was Miami Airport, that had several of them. I was like, oh, I've got to get one of those. But outside as well, it looks spectacular, doesn't
I think it does. And the great thing is, so you can plant into here or you can just drop pots into here. It takes a 13 centimetre pot. But it does mean that you can quickly and easily change over with the season. So you can have, you can easily change over whether it's winter or it's spring or it's summer or whatever.
And also it means if a certain plant isn't looking particularly good at that time,
just take it out. Put something else in.
But you could get really seriously creative, couldn't you?
You could, totally. I love what we showed you there with those sort of stripes going down. That'd be great. But even if you got a few of these, because they interlock, look, just like that. It's so easy. There's a hole.
That's really good.
Can you see the hole here? So it's in that bit there. So that bit there is where the hole is. And then that, right, so in there, look.
Yeah, I can see.
That's where the hole is. So that's where the water will then drip through into the middle of the next one in there.
So if you water from the top, the water works all its way down?
So if you water from the top, the water will work its way down into the next one as well. I just think it's great, even if you had just a few of them lined up like that.
And if you were placing against a wall, as we saw, a fence, you'd literally, we saw there, I mean, they were doing that on a brick wall, so they used batons.
Yes.
But I guess if it was on a fence, you could screw it directly into the fence.
You probably could, absolutely. Obviously, it depends on how many you're putting together because of the weight of that. So you just need to look at where you're putting it and based on the weight of those. But look at that.
Yeah.
Is that 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 10 right there that you're looking at.
Now, we are doing a special offer today. So you will get 10 sections, which will hold 30 plants, isn't it?
Yep, 3 in each. That's correct. I just had to do the maths to make sure.
It's a bit slow there for me. My maths is normally quicker than that.
It actually says it on the screen as well. Never mind.
It's been a busy Christmas, but it is down to £100, saving nearly £30, £29.90. Fantastic. And if you did want to buy multiple sections and do something massively creative and crazy and grand, you could do that as well.
Totally
but
could.
I guess once you bought it, you have got it for years.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really strong. It's very durable. As I say, you can if you wanted to plant into there, you can. Or we should have got a 13cm pot. I bet we haven't got one, have we? But you could just drop pots into here as well, so that you can easily just then change them over depending on the season. And I just love how quick and easy it is. Obviously, this isn't attached to anything, but I love how quick and easy it is. It just sort of tessellates and sits together so nicely.
I don't think I've got a 13cm pot.
We haven't got a 13cm, have we?
I'm sure we have outside, but it's a bit chilly out there.
Should we do another blooper?
I think it's great. First time we've had it on the show, but it is in clearance today.
I like it.
I do.
I'm quite keen on it. Because I've got loads of fences, and as I say, I'm trying to grow my jasmine up the fence to cover the fence up, but there's a few others. A couple of those, if you bought the pack of 10 and you used maybe 4 in one area and 4 in another area and 2 in another area, you could get that look in multiple places in your garden.
And if I remember seeing one of the big gardening shows, and there was a gentleman there that lived in a flat. So he didn't have any outside space at all, and he created a living garden in a flat. So if you've got maybe relatives and they don't have any outside space, you could create a wonderful living garden inside.
Yeah, I think it's gorgeous.
You really could.
Yeah.
I think it is brilliant.
I
love it here.
A little herb garden would be lovely, wouldn't it?
But you do see these kind of...
Yeah, look, loads of little herbs in there.
Oh, I love it. So I keep saying that, don't I? But
bit of rosemary, bit of thyme.
And if you are putting against a wall, this is how you do it with battens and a frame.
Yes.
And attach it to that.
Yeah, because obviously if you're going to create something that big, there will be a certain amount of weight attached to that. So you would need to obviously just secure that a little bit. But that could be stunning, couldn't it? If you've got the space and the vision to create something like that.
It's given me loads of ideas, is it you?
You've got the space, haven't you? You could do that.
Yeah, I've got... And the garage it's got a really boring wall, actually.
You could totally do that.
Yeah. I know.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
I'll help you.
Let's do it. That's
Hey,
right. There's a deal.
come
I'm really
on.
excited, seriously. I love it. First time we've had it on the show. And if I am going to buy it, I'm going to buy it now while it is in clearance.
Yeah, no postage as well,
No.
remember.
Saving
Everything
nearly
is free
£30.
postage today.
But for those of you that have maybe just joined us, thank you for joining our very first clearance show here on YouGarden. And it's just great to have so many fantastic products, all at clearance prices. No postage on anything today, so really fill up your boots. And just
Fill your boots.
Fill your boots, enjoy the show. And always use the code to get the discounts, which is YGTV52. That's the code for this week. But we're going to go back to the Buddleia collection. Now, we were talking about Buddleias before the show, and sort of a love-hate with normal Buddleias because they do sometimes go a little bit too big.
Well, I love the idea of Buddleia because, they're absolutely excellent at inviting the butterflies into your garden. So I really do enjoy Buddleias for that reason. But sometimes other varieties of Buddleia, they can get just a bit too long, a bit too straggly, a bit too big. But that's not what you're getting with this particular collection.
So these will only grow about 80 centimetres by 80.
Yeah.
So that's compact for Buddleia. But it's the colours as well, because we sort of get a bit tired of seeing the regular purple Buddleia.
Yeah.
But the white and the crimson pink against the purple look amazing.
I think they look gorgeous
the three
together.
Yeah, really
and
work.
If you're getting this collection, I would try and plant all three of the... I mean, listen, it's up to you, but here's a serving suggestion. Why not plant them all into the same area? Because then what you'll get is they will intermingle with each other and it look like you've got a tri-coloured bush.
Yeah.
And they will all look like they're just growing together.
If you always wanted a Buddleia, but your garden is mostly pots, you could put 3 of these in 3 individual pots close together and they look amazing. And actually this variety would lend itself to a pot.
Totally, because it's more compact. Yeah, if you haven't got the space to plant it out in a border somewhere, put it in a pot, it'd be beautiful.
Now this is how they arrive. I mean, they're really healthy. Look, you can see, look at the roots.
Really strong root structure. They're ready to go, and they're quite sturdy, aren't they? You can feel at the base, like they've got nice, strong sort of stems to them.
And it is really quite hard to kill a Buddleia.
Totally.
It really is. They do come with a lifetime guarantee. So if a miracle happens, so to speak, and you kill it, we would replace it free of charge.
You really won't.
All you pay is postage to have it delivered. But I'll never forget, my mum moved to a bungalow years ago, and there was a buddleia that was really getting on her nerves. Not this variety, it was the full-sized one. And it was on the corner of her driveway, and it was just overtaking the drive, and it was really in the way. Someone said, I want rid of that buddleia. And I looked at it and I thought, I can't get rid of it because it's quite beautiful. So I moved it in the middle of summer. Don't do this. You really should not. But I dug up this buddleia, and because I sussed out if I moved it to the other side of the garden, it would look great there. So I dug it, and it was a massive thing. I managed to snap off one of the main roots, and I was like, oh God, this will never survive. But it did. It looked terrible for about 6 weeks. It just completely drooped. We did keep it watered, but it sorted itself out, and then it was beautiful. Don't do that. That's a completely wrong thing to do. But the point is, buddleias are pretty sturdy things. They are tough as old boots. And these are a lovely variety because they are more compact. They are not massive. They'll only grow to about 80 by 80 centimetres, and you get the 3 colours that will look absolutely magnificent. And they are magnets for butterflies, of course. 511 286. Now, don't forget, on our clearance show today, we've also got winter bedding for you. These are the viola sorbet. They come in either packs of 6 or 12, but by far the best value is in the 12 pack. Plug plants ready to go. Loads of lovely colours on these, and they are violas, so pansy type flowers, but obviously a little bit smaller and a little bit dainty, but you do get masses of them, and these should flower all winter long. Don't worry, I don't know what the weather forecast is in your area, but don't worry, even if there was snow next week, these would not care, honestly. They are fully hardy down to -20 at least, and even if it's frosty, snowy, they will just bounce back and bounce back. So if you want to go for those, they're in our clearance today at just $12.99, 401 505. Now, my personal favourites, I love the pumpkins. I really do. I think at this time of year, you know what January's like, and February, they can be really dull months. So why not brighten up your garden, put a smile on your face and go for these? And I can imagine just, if you've got a bed and border now that's got nothing much going on, these are going to make such a difference. And when you look out into your garden, it makes such a difference to see colour at this time of year. They are, again, fully winter hardy. Nice and compact, grow to about 15 centimetres in terms of height, 30 centimetres in terms of diameter, and they will flower all winter long. We promise you that. And actually, as we head towards March and the days get longer, think about it. It will happen. The days are already getting longer. We got past the shortest day in the year, didn't we? Around about my birthday, 22nd. We got through all that. Hope you had a lovely Christmas too. And now the days are tentatively getting ever so slightly longer. But yeah, as we head into February, March, these will really come into their own and will flower all the way through into May, maybe even June. 410171 is your item number. Then we've got our pansy matrix rather. So you can either go for the 6-pack or the 12. Again, the value is in the 12 on these. So the pumpkins, you get 20 plants. In the pansies, it's a choice of 6 or 12. And these are really strong plugs, ready to go right now. And they will just give you a riot of colour all the way through winter. Loads of different colours in these, loads of different type faces. You can see some are just block colours, some have got the bi-colours in them, some have got more than 2 colours, but they really will perform so well over the winter months. And you have got an extra saving on those, and all the products today, including these, have got postage included. 400 373 for the Pansy Matrix Mix. So I hope you enjoyed the clearance show. It is our very first here on YouGarden TV. And it's not just bulbs and bedding. We've got some big fruit trees. We've got a couple of really interesting ones, actually. I know where I want to start, Max.
We're going to start with the apples.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we do want to start with the apples. When we say apples, How many varieties on one tree?
3 varieties on one tree.
We have never had that before.
I've never seen this before. We've never brought this to you before. Check it out. Each one of these is a completely different variety of apple. 3 different varieties. And actually the 3 that have been put together here, I think is really, really clever. This is the grafting bit here. This is the union. So this is where the meticulous grafting process has taken place to graft 3 trees together into one.
It's so clever, isn't it?
Isn't it? So you're getting a Braeburn. Absolutely beautiful eating apple.
One of my
It's got
favourites.
a lovely kind of sweet, tangy balance with the flavour.
It's got to be right there as one of the most popular.
I think it's the popular in the UK, the most popular eating apple in the UK.
I think it's number 1.
You're also getting your Bramley apple, which is the king of the cooking apples.
Well, you're good at cooking, so I
that.
bet you've used Bramleys a lot.
I have used Bramleys. You can make pies and crumbles and sauces and things with that one. It's beautiful. It's got a more acidic note to it, so you need to add a bit of sugar. I find,
I love
but it's delicious.
An apple crumble, yeah.
Oh, I do
the
love crumble.
diets, they don't start yet, do they?
And then we've also got the Jonagold in here, which is a cross between the Jonathan and the Golden Delicious.
Yeah.
So it's a good eating apple. You can actually cook with it as well.
That's really good.
But it's amazing because when you see them growing, I'm standing on a Wonderwall here.
All on one rootstock.
All on one rootstock, and you get all 3 of these varieties growing on the one tree. So this is great for saving space. You know, you do not need an orchard. You do not need a massive garden. You can grow these in a pot quite happily.
And we have got on our website things like the 30-litre pots.
Yeah, I mean, we've got one here.
Yeah.
I'm sure
if you just type in on YouGarden, you will find, YouGarden.com, you'll find the 30-litre pots.
The heavy-duty 30-litre pots, and these are actually like professional growing pots. That's what the nursery used.
So that
to put
tree
these
would be
into.
really happy in there.
Be so happy in here because we are only talking about 1.5 meters-ish sort of height and spread on here. So that means that you can, in most gardens, fit this in. And as I say, you don't even need to plant it into the ground. You can just have it in a pot if you want. So this is, we do a lot of the duo varieties, but we've never bought you the 3 variety before. And I'm just super excited about that.
And I think what
£20 as well.
Well, what the breeders have realised is that gardens, of course, are getting smaller.
Yeah.
You know, in the old days, I mean, my mum had a very poor childhood, run-down old house, but they had a big garden.
Yes.
And that did provide a lot of their food. A lot of, in the old days, a lot of people had pretty poor houses but big gardens, and it was normal to grow lots of your own fruit and veg, but things have changed now and houses are a lot more comfortable. You've got central heating and everything's a bit more cosy.
Smaller gardens. Not smaller gardens.
So that would be perfect for a modern garden.
I think it's so exciting, honestly.
And
Love
you will
the
get
idea
fruit
of it.
obviously this year. You'll get it in 2024.
Bumper crops as well, obviously, as this grows and establishes. You'll get some in the first year, but as it grows and establishes from year 2, year 3, wowza, the amount of apples that you'll be able to pick from here. There's slightly different cropping times as well on here, but essentially you will have eating apple, cooking apples, and you'll get loads of them.
And it extends the season a bit as well.
It does, yeah.
And apples, actually, you can keep apples.
Yeah, if you pick them just before they're ripe and you just store them properly, you can keep them for several months.
People used to wrap them in paper in the dark, didn't they?
Yeah, you can. You can keep them for several months.
Yeah. But honestly, that price is amazing. And it's lots of firsts on our clearance show today. We've got the triple deals, but we've got the triple apple tree there, the 3-variety the 3-variety apple tree that isn't a bare root, it's actually potted.
A potted tree, yes, absolutely. So yes, it's ready for you to plant out, whether that's into your borders or whether that is into a pot somewhere. But if you need one, just go and have a look on our website. Look for the heavy duty pots because it will live so happily in that heavy duty pot.
God. So we're really excited about that.
Totally.
Grab it at this clearance price while you can. And then the other fruit tree that we've got, one of my favourites.
Yeah, the plum.
Yeah, I love plums.
Do you? I'm not a big fan of plums. No. Maybe I haven't had one for a while. Maybe I should try again.
Do you like plum jam?
Oh, I do like plum jam.
Yeah.
I had a problem with texture, but I might be over it now. I'm 40-something.
And you're not, look, your birthday's not for a few weeks yet.
I know, I've still got a few weeks.
You're still in your prime.
I know, but it's clearly on my mind. It's clearly coming around, isn't it?
You're nowhere near late 40s, Bex. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Nowhere near.
I'm mid.
Not even that in my eyes.
All right, fair enough. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
My mum always calls you. My mum always says, I love that young girl you work with.
I love your mum. She's my favourite person.
She always says, I love that young girl you work with.
Thank you, Carol.
Bless her. Right, let's talk about the plum now, because this is a variety that I haven't grown, actually, this one.
No, I do. I like, again, it's all about growing your own, isn't it? I love the idea of growing your own. I don't have loads of stuff, but I do like to grow some things in my garden, because you know what? Things just taste better when you've grown it yourself, when you've put the work into it and you've grown it.
And I do think there's a real sense of enjoyment, but also, as gardeners, we are getting more and more aware of the environment. And do you know what? It was really exciting. When we were children, teenagers, it was really exciting to suddenly be able to have strawberries in December. It's like, oh, what a treat, oh my word. And we all went a bit nuts for years. But actually, people always used to eat seasonally.
Yeah, and do you know what? You get a much better diet if you eat seasonally, because you eat a wider variety, don't you? You do.
Because otherwise, if you just love a particular vegetable, you tend to eat it.
Just eat that all the time.
So far better, I agree, you get more variety. But also, food miles, when you think, isn't it crazy that we ship and fly food across the world?
I know.
Because we don't, a lot of the things that you see in the supermarkets, we don't actually really need now, do we?
No, of course we don't.
We don't.
No, eat seasonally. Yeah. It's so much better.
So if you can just grow some fruit and veg in your garden, it all helps, doesn't it? And you love doing it as well. And
I love being able to walk out into my garden. So I do grow strawberries. I've got garlic growing. I grow potatoes.
We've got
the honeyberries growing at the moment. Tomatoes. I love nothing more than being able to walk up to whatever it is that I'm growing, pick it off the tree, and eat it. Yeah. And it's the best feeling.
And sometimes you just, you do it without thinking, don't you?
Yeah. I was doing it all the time with tomatoes.
I always had so many tomatoes. I'd literally get up in the summer, in the really early because it was light, go in the greenhouse and would just be...
It's breakfast of tomatoes. Yeah. I was doing exactly the same thing. It was great fun.
Well, sadly, in the winter, our breakfast has been donuts every day here in the potting shed.
But you will be able to walk up to this tree and pick your own plums. You'll be able to eat it straight from the tree, or you can make your own plum jams or your own plum puddings, whatever it is you want to cook with those. You'll be able to do it with the plums that you've grown on your own plum tree.
So I've never grown this variety. How big would it grow?
Normal size, sort of medium sized, lovely plum-sized fruits.
Great. And what about the tree?
Oh, the tree, sorry.
No, both is important.
The tree.
I wonder why you looked at me, she's like, well, they're normal-sized plums.
About normal-sized plums?
I didn't mean the tree, to be fair. So how big will the tree grow?
We're talking about 2.5, 3 metres in height on this one, and about 1.5 metres, 2 metres spread on it as well. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's something that you can grow in a pot quite happily. If you want to get those heavy-duty pots, it will live happily in there. They're great because they've got the drainage holes around the sides and the bottom, which means that, they won't get waterlogged. But they don't need planting out into borders and things. And
we should say, and although you're buying a tree right now, obviously it's in a dormant state, it's waiting for spring, but it will come with our lifetime guarantee.
It does, it's winter hardy, so it has that lifetime guarantee with it.
So do bear that in mind. I know sometimes when you buy something and it's not in leaf or flower or fruit, whatever, you're a bit wary, but they do come with a lifetime guarantee.
They do, and honestly, we would not be sending you something that doesn't have life in there. You can always, my nail's not working, but you can always do the scratch test on these, and you can get that lovely...
Don't ruin your nail, Bex.
I might have done.
Bing! I thought I had to ping off.
You can just do the scratch test on them and you get that lovely bit of green. I should have done that
for you.
The lovely bit of green showing underneath. There we go. I've managed to do it.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. So there is life in here. It's just dormant at this moment in time.
My suggestion is don't ruin your nails trying to do that. It'll be fine. And it does go with the lifetime guarantee. Let's remind you though, we've had a brilliant clearance show. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. I've only got about 20 minutes left, so we've got a few quick reminders. The key messages are free delivery on everything.
Absolutely everything, yes. We've got double up deals, we've got triple deals. When it's a double deal or a triple deal, put 2 or 3 into your basket, but make sure you enter the code in order to get the amazing price.
And that is Ygtv 52 today. Obviously, it's clearance, so don't leave it too long. When items have gone, they are gone. Lots of these will not be coming back this year. I shouldn't say this year. I should say in the next 12 months.
There's only a few days left.
Well, depending on when you're watching the show, you might be...
Well, that's true. Hang on, we're in 2024 already.
Yeah, or you might be... So, because you obviously can stream us as well, you might be, hang on, there's only 1 day left of the year. But anyway, whatever. When the deals are gone, they're gone. So, this is the Rose Eureka. And it is a beautiful rose. It will come potted in a 3-litre pot, and postage is included as well. Love the colour on this one, don't you? It's absolutely stunning, and we'll make a gorgeous cut rose as well. So obviously we love our roses in our garden, but they do make a wonderful cut flower as well. And it's 531017. Then the other variety that we've got is the Timeless Cream. This is a really big kind of ruffled, double blousy rose. Both of these would love a sunny position. They'll tolerate part sun, but if you've got a really nice sunny spot, they will absolutely thrive there. And they obviously will go great in beds and your borders, but are perfectly happy in pots as well. All of these are in our clearance today, and postage is included. 53413 for the Timeless Cream there. Now, it's also a very good time to plant bare roots, because we're in the middle of winter, things are dormant, and this is a stunning peony as a bare root. Now, all the instructions are on the packet, but it's really easy to plant these. And what will happen in springtime, they'll start to produce their first shoots. You may well get some flowers in the first year, but give these a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and they will be absolutely amazing. And those flowers can be up to 8 inches in terms of diameter, and they're absolutely gorgeous colours. Postage is included in that one, £9.99, 580031 for the Peony Coral Sunset. Then these are really nice, Gladiolus byzantinus. It's a mid-size, so we're not talking huge, about 60, 70 centimetres in terms of height. So great for the middle of the border, back of the border. They do not need supporting, so they will be strong enough to support themselves. And I think they look fabulous on mass there, don't they? They look really, really good. So you can either go for 35 of the bulbs for £9.99, or you can double up and go for 70 for £14.98. 600 241. Now, one of the best buys that we've got on today's show has got to be our bay tree bush. So these arrive in a 20 centimetre pot. They will be between 60 to 80 centimetres. We will challenge you to go online and find one as good as this, as big as this, for this kind of price, because they are under £15, saving £15, and we will deliver them free of charge as well. Not only will these look good, well, 12 months of the year. That's what bay trees do. They never really change. But you can also, of course, use the leaves for cooking. And you can either use them fresh, or you can use them dry as well. And they do add such lovely flavours to your stews and your curries. But they are amazing value, those. They really are good. And they're only £14.99, 680266 in our clearance today. Now, we are going to try and squeeze in a few more clearance items on the show today. Bex, I can just see you.
Hello. I am over here, honestly.
Seriously, this is huge.
It's huge, and it's not a huge price. That's what's absolutely amazing about this, because £19.99 for your cork oak.
Wow. I, as many of you know, I started with a YouGarden 3 years ago. I say YouGarden. The garden had a few remaining trees and shrubs, but there was literally a third of an acre of mud.
Yeah.
And I could have really done with a few more established trees and plants, but I'll be honest, I wasn't prepared to pay the price.
No.
So I bought smaller plants, and I'm nurturing them. I'm talking to them, and luckily I've got fairly green fingers, so things are incredible. But I would have loved to have had a few more of these.
Yeah, you know, bigger plants come at a higher price tag. Of course they do. They've been looked after, they've been cared for. You're paying for somebody's time and care and attention that they've taken to grow these on.
Actually, Bex, normally they cost a lot to deliver as well because of the size. Postage is free on everything today. But I've never come across The cork
Oh,
oak.
I've brought the cork oak onto shows previously. Maybe it was the previous world that we lived in where I brought this. But yeah, I love the cork oak because, I mean, it's just, there's loads of it. So it's the tree, it's the national tree of Portugal, and it is the tree that corks are made of.
Wow.
You can make corks from these.
And I've opened up many bottles with corks in them.
You know the cork,
I
right?
do know I know corks very well, I have to say, very well.
It's beautiful. It can grow really big if you want it to. We are talking 10, 12 metres height. It can get to a massive size if you want to.
And it's evergreen, presumably.
It is, yes, but you don't have to let it grow that big if you don't want to. This can happily live in a pot. If you put any tree in a pot, you can restrict the size of it. That's where bonsais come from. You can restrict the size of anything that you grow in a pot.
Just make sure you're watering and you're feeding.
Well, yes, you're definitely going to need to water this one
so
well.
when this gets big, I could actually make corks from it.
Well, yeah, because it has this textured bark on it, and it's the bark that gets stripped away from the tree, and that's what they make corks out of. It's incredible, isn't it? I mean, the thing is, the trees have to be quite old.
Yeah, of course.
We're talking probably 25 years old before they can even begin to start making corks from them. But yes, this is exactly the one.
It's actually a very attractive tree, though, isn't it?
It's a beautiful tree. I love the foliage. I love the texture that you get on the barks. But there's a lot of history that is involved with this tree because it's an ancient tree. There is fossil evidence of this tree being millions and millions of years old. It's really quite interesting. Yeah, dinosaur tree. I don't know how many millions of years, but I know it's very, very old.
I really like it.
It's really interesting, isn't it? And I like the story that goes with it. I like the cork thing that goes with it. It definitely wants a lot of sunshine, this. You do want at least 6 hours worth of sun on this in any given day.
I guess if it's from Portugal, it would be used to, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful,
and I'm
though, isn't it?
Bex, that it's fast growing?
Relatively. No, actually, no. This one's a slow grower. Sorry, I don't know what I was talking about. It's a nice, steady, slow-growing plant. Yeah. So, I mean, the 12 metres that it can get to, it's going to take a lot of time to get to that height.
But to get a really established tree already... 1999.
1999. I mean,
so that's one that I know, most trees pretty well, but that's one that I've never ever grown.
Yeah, I love it.
680-281 1999. Now, something that I do know very, very well, the hydrangea paniculatas, the little lime.
I love the little lime.
It's a standard today.
It is.
Now, again, you need a bit of imagination.
Yes.
It's not the middle of winter, okay?
Pretend.
Spring's here, summer's on its way. This will start to look absolutely beautiful. Hydrangeas do not look a lot in winter. They don't.
No, of course.
They look pretty miserable.
But as with all gardening, we have to use our imagination. We have to plan ahead. Remember, if you shop out of season for anything, you are going to get better prices, better value, and that's exactly what we're bringing you here.
And these are in our clearance today. That is why the price is down to $24.99. That is why postage is included. I would have thought postage on this would normally be between...
It'd be a $4.99 or a $6.99, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say if it was in full flower, it would be $6.99.
Oh yeah,
you'd have the big
ball of But your hydrangea little lime, this is all about giving you that late season colour, because obviously, earlier on in springtime, you're going to get the gorgeous foliage on here, but then you're going to get those beautiful ice cream cones, those panicles of clusters of flowers on here. And they appear for you around August, September, October time. They look absolutely beautiful. They give you that gorgeous late season colour. They have that lime colour to them. You get a creamy colour to them as well. They're very weather resistant. They have to be to deal with our British summers, don't they? You can beat a hydrangea up and the flowers stay in place. They are absolutely gorgeous, and you want to leave those flower heads on there. Once they've faded, they look glorious over the winter months.
Now, as ever, because these are fully winter hardy, they will come with the YouGarden lifetime guarantee. I would think about getting 2 of these, because one either side of your front door, your conservatory doors, would look absolutely amazing. And what we tend to move plants around. So in the winter, I'd probably put these into a sheltered spot, hide them, and then
when they look good, bring them out.
Yeah, that's what we do. I hide away in winter. But that, seriously, I know at the moment it doesn't look its best, but all the goodness is in there. It's raring to go this spring and summer, and it does come with a lifetime guarantee. And that should be covered in flowers summer 24, of
Oh,
course.
totally.
Yeah.
Yes, you will get absolutely glorious displays from it. And I like the standard shape that we've got going on here because, well, I just love a standard, basically. Absolutely adore a standard.
Now, don't forget, all of our bulbs on the show as well are in clearance. And you can still plant bulbs. I've done it in January. And I've actually had success planting bulbs in January. I really
totally
have.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity to buy bulbs at a fraction of the price. Shall we start with the crocus?
Oh, well, what about if you do need a little bit of help?
Ah, yes.
If you do want to
Good
help your
idea.
bulbs to, take hold and grow really well, then this is a great one to add to your basket. This is the bulb starter with the root growth. So it's got the mycorrhizal fungi in there as well, which we absolutely adore. So this can really give your bulbs, a great start. It's designed to increase the nutrient uptake. It's designed to improve the flowering, give you longer flowering and better germination. So if you are worried about planting your bulbs just that little bit late, perhaps you want to add a little bit of this in here. All the instructions, by the way, are on the back here. So it, it tells you how much to put in if you're planting bulbs, if you're planting corms. So all of the instructions are there for you. But we know how good the mycorrhizal fungi is. It does have the Royal Horticultural Society, badge on there as well. So we know RHS do not put their name to something that they don't believe in.
No. Brilliant products. These crocus, these are rather nice, aren't they?
Yeah, I like the mixed
Yay.
one. It's the colour combinations. I really love these colours on here. The purples and the pinks. The purples and the yellows and the oranges and the whites included in there.
I don't know, Bex has already planted a lot of crocus.
Yeah, these are the ones. I think it was this one that I planted through my lawn, wasn't it? It was this particular mixture.
Today we are doing a buy one get one free, so 80 bulbs.
80.
Yes, for just $9.99.
Just enter one to your basket. When it's a buy one get one free, you enter one. You put the code in, and we will automatically enter the other bag into your basket for you.
And crocuses. I think this would probably still flower this year. Very likely to.
It might be just a little bit later, but they will.
But don't forget, if you leave them in the ground, and you should do, year after year they'll just naturalise. You'll get more and more. Now we've also got the Tete Boucle.
Lovely.
Yeah. Now this is a triple deal. $9.99 for 15. $14.97 for 3 bags.
I know, for 45 bulbs in total, and you will want that many, I think, because these are a close relative of the tete-a-tetes. These are the shorter varieties of daffodils. I adore the shorter variety. I think there's more versatility with them. Baskets, window boxes, hanging baskets, pots, borders, into your lawns. This has so many places you can plant them.
I've got a quick idea, Bex. Let's both plant some bulbs in the next week or so, and we'll film it for our social media and see what happens.
Do it.
Yeah. Just to show you what you can do, even as we head into 2024.
All right, let's do it.
Plant bulbs in January. Now we've also got the iris. I really like these, and these are the miniature irises. And we are also doing a triple on this as well. So it's $9.99 for a bag of 35, but the triple deal is 3 bags for $14.97. These are absolutely gorgeous, and they are miniatures. We only took about 15 centimetres.
About 15 centimetres in height, yeah. So I think the triple deal on here is key, because you are going to want to plant a bunch of these all together.
Yeah.
If you planted these sort of individually, they'd be lost. They wouldn't
totally
have the same impact. You'd want to plant probably 30 of these, or 35, in a group together, or even all 105 of them in a group together, and they will look absolutely beautiful. I love the colours on those.
And if you can't be bothered to go out in the garden at the moment, I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but all of these would be fine in pots.
Totally.
Get some of our premium professional compost. I'm sure you've probably got lots of pots. If you haven't, got some great pots on our website, and just do some pots, because you'll really appreciate them in the springtime.
Totally will.
And remember, the days are already getting longer. Yes. By that much. But we will.
Every day it's another minute or so, isn't it?
It is.
It all adds up.
I love it once the shortest day of the year is over.
Yeah, I know, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, the days get longer.
It was so dark back in December.
Oh, it was. It's still dark now, wasn't it? But we'll get there. Right, our Red Riding Hood is next. We love these because, again, it is a triple deal. 1 bag for $9.99. How many for 3 bags?
$14.97.
That's so good, isn't it?
That really is good, because this is a stunning variety of tulip. It really is beautiful. Shorter variety of tulips, so not as tall as the other ones, but it's not just about that beautiful red tulip shape that you have there, and it is glorious. I love the pointed tips to the petal that you get with the Grigii hybrids. These are normally a slightly earlier flowering one, but it's all about, or partly about, that foliage as well, because you get that interesting thing with the foliage too. Normally, foliage on tulips is just green. But nice. But this has got that extra detail, just something else to look at with this.
And you are going to get such an amazing deal. So just to remind everybody, you can still order obviously after the show. Postage is included on everything on the show as long as you use the code, of course, YGTV52. With it being a clearance show, because I know many of you will stream this at different times on YouTube and on YouGarden.com, don't leave it too late because it is a clearance show, and when things are gone, they are gone. What we would love to do is just leave you with one of the absolute stars of the show, the Bay Tree, $14.99, postage included, half price in our clearance. And also for Bex and I to say thank you so much for supporting us in 2023 on the TV shows. We've absolutely loved it. 2024 looks really good, doesn't it?
It's going to be bigger and better, and we really very much hope that you will continue to support us and join us on our journey through 2024, because it's going to be really, really cool.
Well, we've got the live shows every Wednesday, Thursday and Sunday, 10 o'clock onwards. We're also going to be on QVC a lot. We've got special shows on the UK's biggest and best shopping channel, QVC. We're both going to be doing those. But we will also be in the potting shed. We're going to be all over, aren't we?
I know, we're going to be so busy.
Yeah, and you're going to have more plants than ever to choose from. And even better deals and some brand new promotions as well.
Yeah, brand new promotions coming up. If you aren't a club member already, please make sure you join our club, because that's where you can add on to all of the amazing deals and savings that we are bringing you. And it costs just £5 to join that club. You'll soon earn that back.
Yeah, and that's on the auto renewal, which makes it nice and easy as well. I have to say, though, boy, did we enjoy a clearance show, didn't we?
More clearance shows, more clearance shows.
Well, we can only do them, as you know,
more clearance shows
now and again. But it has been a lot of fun. And if you have shopped with us, you've picked up some incredible deals, haven't you?
For sure.
And if there's anything else you need, it's all on our website. But don't forget, some of the items on the website obviously will have postage, but anything on the show will have free postage. Let's remind you of this bay tree, though.
Yeah, I've got this. I have this in my garden, and I absolutely adore it for a few different reasons. First of all, it's evergreen. It always looks beautiful. I love a mixture of evergreen and deciduous plants in my garden. You need to have some evergreen to give you that interest all through the year.
To get you through the winter.
Get you through the winter, yeah. But I love the fact that this is functional as well, because I love going out and picking the bay leaves off here to then throw it into my cooking. You know, if I'm doing a stew, if I'm doing I love my lasagna. I make a mean lasagna. I'll have to bring some in for you. Lasagnas and soups and stews and those sorts of things. And it's great to go and get those off the tree and put them straight into your cooking. It's great fun.
Right, before we run out of time, New Year's resolution, Bex.
Oh my word. Stop eating donuts.
I'll have to stop buying them then.
No, I don't do resolutions.
Mine is to spend
don't do them.
a bit more time in the garden. Make that extra time. That's
well,
mine.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
And
grow something you've never grown before.
Yeah, new challenges in the garden.
Oh, I like that idea. Well, do you know what? I'm doing that. I don't really do seed growing. I haven't done seed growing for years, since I was a kid. So I'm going to do that this year.
Great.
This next year, in January.
Have a great 2024, everybody. We are live on the 3rd of January.
3rd of January,
yes,
when we're
10 o'clock, so join us then. But thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you for choosing YouGarden TV. And have a wonderful 2024.
Happy New Year to you all. I hope it's an absolute blast.
So for myself, Sean, and the lovely Bex, we'll see you live 3rd of January.
Bye.